Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to share with you my coaching opinion about the forehand topspin technique in table tennis. I want to analyze the difference between the top Chinese players Fan Zhendong, Ma Long, and Harimoto Tomokazu. Some players ask me to correct their forehand technique. For me, during the stroke, you should focus on the position of the elbow, because this is the connection between your body power generation and your forearm power transfer. However, I realize that there are some different opinions about this aspect. I have discussed with some coaches in France BE1 or even BE2 coaching certificates. Some of them don't emphasize on the position of the elbow or insist the player to put the elbow far from the body. Meanwhile, I always ask my players to keep the elbow close to the body during the forehand topspin. For Chinese table tennis coaching, the forehand topspin stroke is an extent of the forehand right technique, but with the use of the body and the leg. Chinese coaching focuses on the consistency of the stroke. Consistent first and then power later. So the elbow must be placed close to the body. Let's look at the forehand right technique of Ma Long and Fan Zhendong. They both put the elbow very close to the body because it is the right to control the ball, not to look kill the ball. So the closer you contact the ball near the body, the more precise direction that you can drive. And then Fan Zhendong stepped back and performed the forehand topspin technique. Look at the elbow of Fan Zhendong. He kept it very close to his body, and then he used the leg, the rotation of the hip, to generate power to the stroke. This is the key that Chinese players always dominate the rally with their powerful and consistent forehand. They make less error during the rallies. I have discussed this aspect with some coaches, but they didn't agree with me. They said that players should put the elbow about 25 cm far from the body to hit the ball, to snap the ball. So it depends on the coach that you can have the different techniques. It is up to you to choose your approach. Look at Ma Long forehand technique. He also puts his elbow very close to the body, touch the body at the beginning of the stroke, and then rotate the hip and then release the forearm and the elbow a little bit forward. This is the Chinese forehand technique, which uses a lot of footwork and lower part of the body in the stroke. And this is the forehand topspin technique of Harimoto. You can clearly see the difference. The elbow is far from the body from the beginning to the end of the stroke. He rotates more his shoulder. For me, this stroke mechanism is easier to learn and to apply the force to the stroke, but it is prone to making more error because of the far distance of the elbow. So it is up to you to choose. Chinese forehand technique is harder to learn, but you can control the force with your body. So please note that Harimoto is still growing. For now, his physical is not good enough to use the power from the ground. But in the near future, he will have a much more powerful strokes. At this moment, his main weapon is aggressive backhand attack. He's not like other Japanese players. He has more Chinese style, power orientation. His parents are both ex-Chinese players. And also, he doesn't use Chinese rubber on his forehand. Harimoto used Japanese rubber on his forehand, so his forehand technique right now is adequate to Japanese rubber. So it's up to you to choose Chinese technique or Japanese technique or European technique. Both have advantage and disadvantage. Try to master one and enjoy this wonderful sport. See you, EmRatThich.